Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back to react to a little Infinity Train, back to ride the train with season 4, and it's episode 6. We're at the halfway mark, basically, of the final Infinity Train season here. We got Ryan and Mingy, they're tied together, their numbers are together. They finally realized that last time, or accepted it. Mingy, for most of the episode, was being smug about saying that it was Ryan's whole journey and he had to tag along and help his buddy out there. But and then it was the trials and tribulations of Ryan trying to figure a way to bypass the line or get inside of this hot club that apparently their friend Kaz knows people inside or knows about it. She seems to know stuff about every car, and usually so far that's been a negative for them. She has enemies. This time she said that's not the case. We'll see. I mean, the last episode ended on a bit of a cliffhanger with the monster coming in there. But yeah, Ryan was trying to figure everything out. Mingy was getting upset that he wasn't just following what he thought was the direction, which is just standing in line. So we're trying all different kinds of things, going under, going over, whatever, talking to the bouncer. But then they realized by knocking over one of the, it was the Astro Q car, so all these astronauts lined up, knocked some of them over, and it was just dust inside, so, or skeletons, dust, whatever, so evidently waiting in line was not the right thing to do. That's when Mengi started to accept it. So his issue is trying to do everything the safe route. Leads back to their old band days where he didn't want to go with that. He wanted to just be a accounting major or something like that. Then Mingy Ryan goes maybe too much the other direction, wanting to not thinking about things enough, or maybe, I don't know, wanting to get the easy way out or something. But yeah, anyway, they realized they had to pretend to be a band to sneak in there, so they got inside, and like I just said, that monster was in there. So I don't know if one's behind this or whatever is going on, but I think we're about to find out. I'm about to find out when I watch the dang episode. Let's do it. Oh, what's it called? The party car. All right, well, it makes sense if they're going inside. I mean, it didn't seem like they're getting invited into a party here, but that was supposed to be the deal, right? This club or whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch it. All right, good episode. So yeah, they got their numbers going down there. They're going to the next car, obviously. And they didn't actually have to perform and impress everyone out in the crowd, who I guess anyway was just a bunch of mindless astronauts and the Kaz's friends, who are Beehive, and the rest who are Spicy and whatever, chicken guy, tattoo hand. They were not treating her well. So these people didn't, not enemies of hers like on most of the other cars we've seen, but you know, they regarded her as a joke. And I think that they mentioned that name. I think it was her roommate she's talking about all the time. The implication there maybe that they've never met that guy either, and they think, I don't know if I'm reading into this or something, where they like making fun of her because they think she made him up or something, or they just think he's lame too. But the way they said it, like, you didn't bring so-and-so this time either or something, I think is what they said. So yeah, anyway, we did see that she generally maintains the same type of attitude all the time, carefree, whatever, but she did seem to be bothered by them at the end there. Anyway, but yeah, it's mostly about the men, Ryan, or Ryga, what were they calling him, relationship here. So the same thing happened like back in the real world in high school, I believe it was, where he wanted, Mingy wanted to go on stage with him. And I don't know, so what is his real issue? I mean, well, then they're starting to make it about like the representation angle too, I think, where he's like, guys that look like us don't make it or something. Is that why? Because like it seems like more like stage fright or something. Initially, won't even go out on stage, but it's more, is it bigger of like, what's the point? He's saying, I think, like he's conflicted over that. Also, he said they're both Asian, which I didn't really realize. I guess. I mean, I guess it makes sense if they're at the first episode flashback. their dads were at the hospital saying the babies looked alike, but I didn't read too much into that. And they said a specific this time too, they're from BC. I don't remember if we got that before. And then they were talking about some band, which I don't know if it was a real Canadian band or it's made up. It seems like it would be real, but yeah, I didn't. Because if I knew what it was, I'd be able to maybe place this in time as well, since it is supposed to be a prequel. And I didn't pick up too much from those flashbacks in the first episode of what era this is. That could be interesting. Let me go back and try to parse that name that they said. Okay, Yellow Magic Orchestra, Japanese electronic band formed in Tokyo in 1978. I think that would make sense if that's what they would be talking about. Let's see, Behind the Mask is what they say. Yeah, it's a song. Okay. Released in 1979, but I guess that doesn't necessarily help. They still could be, they're not necessarily saying that's like a current band out right now, what they were talking about. So yeah, I guess it didn't tell me too much, but that is interesting though. I'm not familiar with this band. I'll have to give them a listen. Yeah, but anyway, since the number went down, they get out, all that, it seems to be more about their relationship with each other and figuring that out, which will help them figure out their issues in real life more than just passing whatever arbitrary test of this specific car, I would think. Oh yeah, and then the monster was there at the beginning, obviously, to give them their stuff, instruments and all that. And yeah, they had One-One's voice. It sounded like, or One-One was speaking independently. So yeah, that's cool. Didn't end up being the scary situation after all that they're trying to set it up as cliffhanger as. Yeah, that will do it for this episode of Infinity Train. Do join me back next time when I'll react to season 4 episode 7. We'll see what the boys get into in that one with Kaz and the rest. Do subscribe to the channel here if you like these and you're not already. Of course, feel free to like, comment, all of that. And until next time, disembarking for now. Peace.
Men, we're leaving. Come on, Kaz.